What's good, people? Welcome to this episode of the Buy the Hood podcast or webcast because I don't know how you're consuming this content. I'm your host as always. My name is Jimmy. And as we start off every show, that is with gratitude. Thank you to all of our supporters and everything that we've got going on. I'm here alone today. Corey's not here because I just want to drop this quick message. I know we didn't drop a pod on our normal day. They've been coming a little bit late over the last month or so, and that's because we've been hard at work working on some future projects for the community, working on anti-recidivism thing that we're trying to put together with some other organizations. And our flagship camp is coming up, and that's what I want to talk to you about in this quick episode of the Buy the Hood podcast. We talk about all things Black wealth as well as personal finance, but this is our flagship product and our flagship program. Let me, give a little bit of background for those that may just be in tune with our channel. I know a lot of people come from the Bitcoin community because of the Stack Sats or Die Trying show. People tune into our live streams, but Buy the Hood has been around for a long time at this point. We've been doing this for a while. And one of the things that we pride ourselves on is being a community organization. We don't do Buy the Hood to make exorbitant amounts of money. I'm a professional that works every day and I, get up, stack assets and all that kind of stuff. And we talk about that on here. But Buy the Hood was created to kind of put value into the community. And our flagship thing is our summer camp. Every summer, and this will be our 10th camp, we used to go out into the community of Philadelphia, and we would have camps in person with the youth. Since the pandemic, we have moved that online because we found out that we have educated kids all across the world. We actually had kids from Africa within our camp, which just made us completely excited. Majority of our camps are still from the big cities. Atlanta, I think Atlanta, Philadelphia, New York are our top three markets. And as a matter of fact, no, it's Philadelphia, New York, and the third one, which was shocking. Atlanta was fourth. The third one was Memphis. We popping in Memphis for whatever reason. Maybe because shout out to our sister Chad, she from Memphis. Maybe she's been sharing the news, but according to our data, and we do keep data on everything, Memphis is one of our biggest markets. I say all that to say, we serve the community in different places by taking it online, and we didn't want to change that. But I will say is this, for 20, now we've done 10 this way. This will maybe be our fourth online, and we had like 6 in person. But now that we've done that, I think that 2025, we're going to try to revamp what our camp looks like. Some of the things that I'm thinking about, and this is just me just thinking out loud as I bring this episode to you, is making it more holistic. Have people come in, teach about law or health or things of that nature. So I'm just playing with different ideas in my mind. But the idea is to always provide value to the youth. We want to make sure that we are an outlet. We are resources. So a lot of times we build relationships. They want to ask questions. We, always respond to emails and things of that nature. But we want to make sure we provide value to the youth. And for those who are not familiar with our camp, we talk about personal finance in terms of budgeting, income, what is money. Talk a little bit about Bitcoin, real estate, the stock market. So we want to give kids a very quick, it's over a 5-week period for 2 hours. So it's a 10-hour, 10-hour course that we give the youth live in person. It's very fun. We make it fun. We play games. We do things with them. We have parent volunteers who come in. For those that are listening to the audio, as always, shout out to you. Definitely appreciate you. I'm going to share my screen and share a little bit of information about this year's camp for those watching the video. But if you listen to the audio, I will read it out loud so you do have an understanding of what I'm talking about. But we're very excited about it. It's coming up. And every time we have our camp, the episode, before we release the dates, we want to make sure that we talk about that on this episode of the Buy the Hood podcast or webcast, because I don't know how you consume this content. But anyway, you can see here is the site for our camp. And you can actually go to buythehoodcamp.com. Just want to make the distinction. Our regular website is buythehood.com. And that's where you can get information about us. Our camp now is buythehoodcamp.com, where you can get information about the camp. So as you can see, this is, what it looks like. You click the button to register. That will give us your information so we can make sure that you get the link to come onto it. Information about us here, me and my brother Corey, pictures from the various things that we've done in the community in terms of supporting the camp. So it talks about what will your children learn, the concept of money, how to create a budget, how a bank operates, how to become their own bank, basic stock market terminology, how to set up a system to select profitable companies, introduce them to cryptocurrency as an asset class, fun ways to participate in cryptocurrency. So all we need is for them to attend. It's completely free. Did I mention that? We do this completely free. This is us putting our time, resources, money, and I don't even want to say our money, it's our community. We have folks from our community that help hold us down, that volunteer their time. Shout out to Latoya, shout out to Jose, shout out to Dawn, shout out to Monica, shout out to, we have so many people that make sure that this goes smooth every year. We can't do it without them. It is truly appreciated. We truly have a community here. Like I said, it's funny because people be like, man, how many followers you got here? How many you got there? Like, it may not look like we got followers, but we have people that willing to put their money and their resources up. And that to me is more valuable than anything. So I want to make sure I thank them as I bring this information to you. But anyway, so as you go down our website, here are the dates for 2024. So July 6th, and these are all Saturdays, July 6th, July 13th, July 20th, July 27th, and August 3rd are the 5 Saturdays for the year of our Lord 2024. We're going to have fun. We're going to make sure it's valuable for the students, and also give them a chance to kind of network with each other, build those relationships. Because anybody who comes to this camp, you know, either you or either the actual student or their parent is trying to put them in a specific place, right? Just to make sure that they're literate when it comes to certain terms and certain things as it pertains to personal finance, because I think it's very important to get this information, right? Some students come out here and they're able to break down companies. They understand real estate, right? And, you know, we got some brilliant students that have come through our camp. A lot of repeat students that come back to our camp year after year after year, and we appreciate that and the support of their parents. A lot of new students every year. But the thing that every student will get is exposure to certain terminologies, exposure to vocabulary, exposure to a lot of things, exposure to concepts, and exposure to people who work within these industries. It's not just me and Corey. We've had guests in the past. Shout out to my brother Jay Sessoms, who's huge in the mortgage business, or Link Green, who's huge in the cryptocurrency business. We have people that we bring in to talk to our students, to kind of give them exposure to people that look like them for the most part and are in those spaces. So, so you can come check out the website, buythehoodcamp.com. This is a picture from when we were in person. And I'm telling you, like, this has been one of the most rewarding things I've done in my career, probably the most rewarding thing, when I'm, you know, minding my business in Target and a student walks up like, yo, check out my portfolio, and they pull their phone out. Like, I understand why teachers teach now, because, you know what I'm saying, you know, a lot of teachers don't get paid what they're worth, but when you get that kind of experience, it's more valuable than any money, anything that money could give me. And I've had that experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and again, this is completely free. There's no obligation. We just want to make it available to as many folks as possible. So if you can, share this episode. I'm not going to, you know, stay on here too long and berate about anything. This episode is strictly talking about our camp. My brother Corey is not here right now. You know, he's been getting killed like crazy with the storms and all that. But hopefully he'll be on Friday when we do our live. And we'll talk more about the camp on our live tomorrow. But I just want to make sure that I put this out because we just released the dates. We want to start getting people registered. And just want to say thank you to the community, man, because you guys make sure that we are able to do this, right? It costs money to put this stuff together. It costs time and energy and money to do this. And, you know, I'm not complaining about that, because we will find a way to always make this work, because this provides value to the community. And that's what we're about at Buy the Hood, right? So Buy the Hood started kind of on the real estate tip, buy your neighborhood. And it was one of those things. But as I often say when I get interviewed, Buy the Hood has morphed into not just buying land, but us buying into each other. I am not sitting around waiting for anybody to do anything for our people, for our youth. You know, I'm heavily inspired by the Panthers. And, you know, not so much the aesthetic. I know some people are inspired by the aesthetic of the Panthers in terms of the guns and the all black. What inspired me the most is the do for self mentality, the food program for the youth, and just literally taking it upon yourself to make change instead of complaining, right? One of the reasons I've been kind of on a social media detox is because it's the same thing over and over again. People coming online to complain about things, but no one actually doing anything. And I shouldn't say no one, because I am surrounded by people that do amazing work in the community, and all of it is appreciated. you know, I see so much work happening within my circle that, that's why I no longer buy into the thing of, you guys don't support each other, you don't do anything. No, because the people that I surround myself with actually are doing work in the community. So, but I think that taking that approach of taking action, right? We understand there's systematic problems. We understand there's policy problems, right? And there's people working on that front too. But we also need to educate our people, need to feed our people, find a way to clothe our people. So this is our way of doing that, right? This is my ode to those that inspired me, and I have a lot of inspirations personally, a lot of ancestors that I haven't met who inspired me, whether it's Fannie Lou Hamer, Malcolm Garvey Huey as always, and this is I can't be those people, nor do I want to be those people. I'm happy being myself, but the skills that I do have, right, and I might not be the most skilled person, but I do have experiences, and I do study. And this is my way of contributing to our people in our community. This is the way that I found, because it builds upon my skill set, right? And I know a lot of people who have other skill sets, which is why I'm trying to think about the future and what the camp looks like. Could it be a weekend thing where, we bring in people from all different walks of life to kind of educate them? I don't know what, I have a lot of thoughts about it, but I want to make sure that we continuously bring value. And I say all that to say, man, you got any suggestions for me? Because I'm always looking for suggestions. I don't know it all. Me and Corey do not know it all. We're always looking to improve. People have given us feedback in the past, and we've implemented that. But we're always looking for more feedback, how we can make this better. Do you have any ideas about what we could do with this camp in the future? Could we make it a weekend camp? Could we make it in person, over the course of a weekend? Just give me some ideas of what you think about the camp, how we can improve it, how we can make it better, or just any feedback that you have in general. It's all appreciated. It's all love. We definitely appreciate you guys. Anybody want to donate anything to the camp? And that, we're not forcing anybody to do anything. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But if you do, Buy the Hood is our cash tag, $BUYTHEHOOD. No money goes to me and Corey's pocket. All money goes back into the community. Any donations we get from anywhere goes back into the community. Money we make on YouTube goes back into the community. For those who don't believe me, pull up to a Friday live show. We literally give away Bitcoin every Friday and have done so for years. That's our other way of giving back to our people, right? We give free classes in the community, right? Free sessions teaching people how to budget in the community. Free sessions teaching people how to read the stock market chart in the community, completely free. We do a lot of things for free. I'm not going to sit there and say we don't charge for things. We are published authors who charge for our book. We do have a private membership group known as the MDC that, even that, right? We made ours $1 a day, $30 a month, right? Just to be in our membership group, and we discuss all things investing. We trade, we do all kinds of stuff. So, but our thing is primarily community advocacy, and this is our thing, the camp. Go to buythehoodcamp.com. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. If you have a child you want to register, you can register right at buythehoodcamp.com. I can't say this enough. I really genuinely love you guys. I appreciate it because you guys enable us to put this kind of work in. We'll continue to put this work in. Some of the stuff that we're working on as it pertains to the anti-recidivism, when we pop that up, you're going to say, wow, you guys are really putting in work. I can't really say anything, but we've been in talks with people that are really in the trenches with that, and just trying to weigh, again, my space is personal finance. How can I use that to help people just coming home? And we're trying to get some synergies there and work on some things, but it's always about providing value to other folks, man. That's what it's really about, man. So I don't want to keep rambling on and on because I can do this for hours and hours, but just wanted to make sure I dropped this today. Buythehoodcamp.com for those listening to the audio. Shout out to you. Also go to buythehoodcamp.com. Share it with your coworkers, your friends, your family. Let me get my Dr. Umar on real quick. Buythehoodcamp.com. 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 Shout out to Dr. Umar. And again, we ain't taking donations to build no school. Shout out to my brother, but that's not what we doing, right? Maybe one day we can do that. But as of right now, we're running this online. We got to get something started because I don't want to sit around for years. And this is no shots at that brother. But I want to make sure that we're putting in the good work. And also we're, using this as a way to understand. So maybe one day we get a structure, but we're already going to have the reps in. It's all about getting these reps. These 10 years have been reps. We know what works, what comes across to the students, what doesn't. And we know how to keep their attention. We know how to keep them engaged. We know how to make them have fun within these camps. So now, if we ever do get the opportunity to do something on a bigger scale, we've already put those reps in. You know what I mean? So, inspired by Kyrie Irving as the finals gets ready to start tonight, as he always talks about the kind of reps he puts in and the work he does. I'm not a hooper. I once was a hooper, by the way. Actually, me and Corey met playing on the basketball team in high school, but that's for another day, another story. But the point is, that still inspires me. Like when I hear Kyrie talk about the reps he puts in to get his skill set, I pick up my books. Like, all right, I got to get more reps in running models or doing real estate analysis or selling properties or working on a camp, right? So I'm inspired by that. These are more reps for us. We're getting better at this. And, in July, we'll get cracking, man. We'll have some new students. We'll have some old students coming back, but we will have students. We will have fun. We will educate, and we'll keep moving forward, and we'll keep trying to do what we can do to do our part as By the Hood. Salute everybody. Share this with as many people as you can. I appreciate your support. I love you as always. And as we always say, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep. Game elevates, and we'll see you guys on our next episode. Peace. ByTheHoodCamp.com.